I saw this.
So what?
We never come back.
All right. Well, I am Grant from Screen Rant. How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you doing? Good to see you.
I'm good, thank you. I'm excited to chat about Homestead with you both. It is such a harrowing movie from start to finish, but I also find it kind of interesting that you guys weren't just signing on for a film, you were signing on for a full franchise coming into this project. And so, Bailey, if you'd like to start, and then Jesse, what was going through your minds when you were approached with the proof of concept and then the sort of vision for what this would be?
Yeah. It was one of those where it was like, surprise, that happens a lot, when you, let's say, you come in from, ground zero and you're doing a pilot, and it's always more rewarding to be there from conception. And then, you get to have this creative collaboration with, the writers, the producers, the directors, and your fellow actors. And so for me, I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is the plan. And, sounds good. You don't know that it's actually going to happen. I mean, it's probably 1 in 100 where you get from, the feature or the pilot episode to actually going to series, but we're there. So, we're ahead of the game. And so for me, I don't know, it's also my first job for Angel Studios. And I had just seen Sound of Freedom. So they were new on my radar. And I was writing another show and I was like, this would be the perfect home. And so I just feel like God's hands are all over this project. It brought us all together, and yeah.
I mean, that was pretty good. I mean, other than Bailey being perfect, I don't know how to cover that, but no, you're so right. You don't know what's going to work and not going to work, but everybody was hopeful. And to be honest, it was we don't have enough time, but it was such a web of interconnection of people and friendships, and ultimately ended up on the project. And I remember from the beginning, I definitely read it and was like, man, this is like, I knew in my heart, I was like, I have to do this. If I can, I really want to fight for this. And that's kind of what it felt like for a while. It was like, okay, let's get in there, get in the room, how do we connect with the team, but, not be desperate. But it's like, I just really felt that this was special and something really unique and important about it. And the more I met the team and the more I met the cast and the more it started to roll. And now that I'm watching the movie, I'm going, wow, I'm really along for a ride here, and I'm very thankful to be on it. But there's something here. I enjoy watching it. I can't say that for everything I've done. It really has a meaning to it, and there's themes, and there's a discussion to be had here that I think is really important and special for everybody. So I was in from the get-go. It was just a matter of am I in?
Can I stay? Do I have to go home?
I'm in. I mean,
more scenes.
We joke about, the Homestead. It's like, man, it gets intense, and you're like, you never know what's going to happen to anybody.
Yeah,
ever.
Yeah. And nothing great comes easy, and it hasn't been an easy road to get from, there was a Hollywood strike right before they were able to get the waiver.
Yeah.
And again, divine intervention, it all came together, and then we didn't know that the series was going to happen. The movie got pushed because of the release got pushed because of the strike. And here we are, and it feels like, the perfect movie at the perfect time.
There's definitely a lot for everybody in this movie. There's so much to talk about, and I can't wait for people to get to see it. And so, Bailey, one of the things I would love to talk about is the Erickson family. I mean, they are such an interesting dynamic, especially with Abe, and I'd love to hear what it was like, finding that rapport and that rhythm with your co-stars on that front as filming went on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, was able to see the film last night for the third time, and, had kind of gotten, past the technical beats of, being critical of your performance or whatever. And I really took the emotional journey last night, and it was great. And the stuff with the family and with Abe, and, I have 3 young children. I'm sitting next to my wife at the premiere, and she's crying, I'm crying, and I'm, I feel very blessed, and it's humbling to be able to pull from that life experience, because I love my kids so much, and so I put myself in that situation with them where I have one job, and it's to protect them, and I put them in harm's way. I don't want to spoil what happens in the movie, but bad things happen, and then you got to work through it.
Well, I love that you were able to pull from that experience because it does make the performance all the more impactful. And speaking of dangerous things happening on there, again, don't want to get into spoilers, but Jesse, you and Bailey here both have a lot of action, so to speak, in just the film alone. What was the training process like for on that front? Because it does all feel very authentic and very grounded.
Yeah, well, I mean, movies, TV shows, sometimes you get hired the night before and it's like, hey, so you're going to play a Green Beret now and you have 25 years experience. You're like, I'm an actor, dude. Yeah. I haven't been doing this for 25 years. So you want to honor the people you represent. So for me, the first week, we were kind of getting into it and trying to figure it out. And then they took us out that first weekend after we kind of shot for a week and actually started training with us. And we were out doing like live fire and we're doing drills and we went
out there with Jason and the real life Jeff and
we're working together.
And
it was like, that changed everything for me. Like I went back now and they were like, oh, here's your problem. I'm like, no, man. I said, cool, I got this. It's like, this is where it goes. It's where my radio sits. Like you start dialing it in and you feel it and it becomes yours personally. So now you own it and you're responsible for it. And we should be, And so I want to keep going deeper on that. As the series unfolds, I'd love to keep training, keep getting better because again, just want to honor people that actually give their lives, that serve, all the men and the women. So when they watch us, they hopefully can get caught up in the story and not taken out because we did something that just is like foolish or doesn't make sense as someone who claims to be a Green Beret. And again, have grace for us because also, we did a photo shoot and it was like, I'm in there and they're like, you got to put the rifle down. I'm like, that's not how you hold it. And they're like, yeah, but we can't see your face. You're trying to find this sweet balance of like, okay, we're going to be creative, but we want to honor how you really hold the rifle. And, that happens every day. But everyone ultimately wants to tell a really good story and do their best to portray.
Yeah, he also does box jumps. He does a lot of box jumps. You want to tell him about your... That's his training routine. This dude's in shape.
I love box
jumps. And he can jump really high. So he was ready. He showed up ready.
It helps.
Box jump ready.
Didn't do any box jumps in the movie. Spoiler alert.
I was like,
but hey, we have a workout scene coming in.
We got a workout scene coming up in the series.
Guns here.
And as you know, a couple of the other military guys they're pretty buff.
Oh man. Guys are all huge.
I was off to the side.
Arnold, what are you doing? He's shooting Homestead.
Well, I can't wait to see what comes from all of that. I see I got to wrap up already, so I'll get on out of here. But guys, it's been an absolute treat talking with you. I can't wait to get the word out about Homestead. I think people are going to really get a kick out of it, as well as just get a lot from it. And I can't wait to then start seeing the series when it comes about. So thank you guys so much for taking the time, truly.
Thank you. Thank you, too.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Take care.
Is this an ark or is this a fortress?
It's our home.